Welcome back to Tater Pours. Tonight I have a pretty special bottle. This is the Russell's Reserve Single Rickhouse Camp Nelson B. I'm pretty excited about this review. Somehow found it at one of my local stores that had about 6 or 8 bottles left, and I went ahead and pulled the trigger on one just because I've never seen one of these anywhere around me. As always with Russell's Reserve, this bottle is going to be non-chill filtered. This one, however, is barrel proof. So this one clocks in at 120.2 proof. Mash bill is going to be 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. And so far, it's not really reminiscent of any Russell's product that I've had thus far. I've had a lot of 10 years. I have a single barrel LLME. I've tried the 13, loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I've had a little bit of this one, and for the price point, I want to say that this one stacks up to it, but that 13 was one of my favorite pours I've had in a really long time. I compared it to my LLME. This blew it out the water completely. Like, you couldn't even really compare the two. One thing I have noticed, I've probably poured this twice now, not nearly this much. I've probably done about a ½ ounce pour each time just to kind of try it a little bit. Had to do it the night that I got it, just to see what I was paying for. If you try to just crack this and pour it and you try to take a nose in, you're pretty much going to get straight ethanol, at least from my experience. I let it sit earlier for probably about 15 minutes. I had a ½ ounce pour, and I really got the vanilla toffee notes that everyone talks about with it. Not a lot of the other ones though that people claim to smell, other than the oak. The oak is pretty strong with it. It's not a super bold nose though. It's more sweet. The palate is just something a little bit more, interesting in my opinion than the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and, see. So I've let it sit for a second, and the nose is actually incredible. Wow. It's sweet, it's rich. I was telling my wife earlier, she loves to hear about it, but I was getting some like red fruit notes, which I haven't heard many people say about this one. It's super vanilla toffee. It's like a candy bar, like a chocolate bar. Not super chocolatey though. It's more caramel. I gotta say though, for a Russell's product, which I'm becoming a huge Russell's fanboy as time goes on, the nose is incredible. It's super complex, has a lot of depth. This one's just straight toffee though. That's the best way I can describe it to you. Yeah, I like the nose a lot. I think I'll probably go with a That's a tough one. Man, I think I gotta go 9.3 on the nose. You let this sit and you let it open up a little bit, and the nose gets a lot more character to it, a lot more notes that you can draw from it. I mean, for $300, you better hope it does, you know. It's nice. It's good. It's like a single barrel Russell's just on steroids with a lot more complex flavor. I get a good bit of black pepper from this one. The heat and the kick from the proof kind of rolls all the way through from the beginning to the back of the palate. It's nice though. It's a nice Kentucky hug. Oh my goodness. See, this is the biggest pour of this I've done so far, and I obviously, like I said, let it sit and open up a bit. I like this a lot. I've seen some mixed reviews on this bottle. I've seen everybody kind of care more for the Camp Nelson F and tear this one down a bit, but I like it. I think it's solid. It's super caramel forward. Not as much oak on the palate. It's lighter. It's not as dark as I mean, I haven't even tried the Russell's 15 yet. I would love to. I've been looking everywhere just to try to get a pour of it somewhere to try it. Because God knows I'm not finding a bottle anytime soon, especially for the right price. I mean, I say that, but I spent the wrong price on this bottle. I mean, we'll see when we get to the end. So I'm at 9.3. She's got a lot of depth to it, the palate. This one's kind of hard to gauge score-wise. I mean, I think I gotta go can't go back now, but I think I'd probably raise the nose on it even a little bit. I think I'm gonna go with a let's give it one more sip. Man, I mean, if you love Russell's Reserve, which I do, I think you like this. I think I gotta go with a 9.6 on the palate, which is higher than I was even thinking I was gonna go. It's deep. It's just a pretty dark flavor. I really like this though. Just kind of the way everybody talks about coating your whole tongue. I feel like I don't really get that unless it's an older bottle and something that has been really well crafted, meaning like kind of a more high-end bottle. There's some regular bottles that do that pretty well, but not like something like this. Man, yeah, I think I'm gonna go 9.6. So 9.6 on the palate, 9.3 on the nose. Honestly, I could even reverse those. I could go 9.6 on the nose, 9.3 on the palate. I think that puts us at like 9.45. So we round up, go 9.5. I think it deserves every bit of that. I think I gave my Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend the same score, which I think I like these probably equally. They're just completely different bottles. Let's go ahead and talk value. This bottle is pricey, very pricey. MSRP is at 300, I think. Yeah, 300 flat, I think is MSRP. store I bought it from had it $325. I offered cash $300, got it out the door. Was it worth it is the real question. I think close. I don't think it was there. I don't think it's 300. Quite. I would say the value, if I valued it, I'd say it's probably close to a $200 bottle, in my opinion. Same price as the Joseph Magnus cigar blend I bought, which I gave the same ranking, and I think that that would probably be around the price point. I think anything over like a 9.5, I probably value more than $200, but for $300, I think it's worth to have it in my collection, yeah. Would I pay $300 again after trying it though? Probably not, but you're clearly not gonna find it for less than $300 too. That's the MSRP. It's what Wild Turkey's asking for it, you know. So yeah, that's a review. If you see one, I think my advice is pick it up. You got to try it, especially if you're a big Russell's Reserve fan. If you're a Wild Turkey fan and you are someone that has your favorite Rickhouse and everything like that, obviously you're probably hunting one of these, so yeah, go ahead and buy it. At $300, it's a steep price, but it's definitely something worth having, worth trying, worth sharing with friends and family that come over. So yeah, I would recommend it. I would say go ahead and grab one if you find it. Pretty hard to find. Yeah, that's my review. 9.5. Thank you for watching. Next review is gonna go ahead and be my Stag 4B. Next week, probably early next week. Stay tuned for that one. We'll have some blind challenges coming out in the next week as well. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, watching, and as always, have a great night.